are these?
Paper cuts, Indie. Paper cuts. They're terrible. They're awful, especially when you get them like right in the knuckle. You know what I mean?
Ooh, like right in between the finger. Ooh, yeah, they never heal.
Yeah, they're bad. So I brought this because everyone seems to have been depressed and tired of the politics scene as usual, because it's insufferable right now. So figured I'd bring this. This is a bit of a pick-me-up. Again, this was August 24th, 2022, and we're going to see if it still holds true today. How much you want to bet it does? So funny the cover now that things have happened the way they've happened. But we'll get to that. She did repost this recently, which is why I saw it. I think I sent it to you already. Did you? I think I made you read this.
I don't remember.
But anyway, for the people at home, Caitlin writes, "It is not easy being someone who cares about the world and opposes the status quo. It's hard out here, lady. It's a series of disheartening failures and crushing disappointments amid an endless deluge of information saying that everything is getting worse and worse. The environment keeps degrading, ruling power structures keep getting more and more controlling, capitalism gets more and more imbalanced and exploitative, world powers get closer and closer to a mass military confrontation of unspeakable horror. And what do we get when we try to oppose these things? Letdown after letdown. Politicians we support lose their elections, often about brazen interference from the very power structures we'd hope they oppose. Political organizing breaks down in sectarian infighting. Activist leaders get caught up in sex scandals. Agendas we helped push for fizzle into impotence. Power wins, time after time." Sound familiar?
Nope.
What passes for the left, quote unquote, labels it bad, Caitlin, won't get into it, in the English-speaking world is basically either controlled opposition or a glorified online hobby group. Or both. The real left has been so successfully subverted by power that the mainstream public doesn't even know what it is anymore. Most think the left is either a mainstream political party that wholly owned and operated by the empire, or a loose bunch of vaguely related ideas, like having pink hair or saying your pronouns. The left really has been so successfully dismantled that it has almost been purged from memory.
Wait, that's not what it is?
Nope. It has nothing to do with colorful hats you wear at protests or any of those things either. Every time, at every turn, power wins and the people lose. After a while, it starts to feel like you're bashing your head against an immovable object. Some people fall down after a few hard bashes. Some don't get back up again. Others keep bashing away, becoming harder and harder and more miserable and neurotic the longer they go at it. Most people don't even know. Yeah, I know, bro. And most people don't even know any of this is happening. That's what can really make it hard. You talk to your loved ones about what you're seeing. Who are these people? And they just get uncomfortable and look at you like you're crazy. So Care Bear leaving a little dono. They don't see the problems you're pointing to because none of the places they're getting their information from tell them this is happening, because the powerful control those information sources. Again, tell me how this isn't still happening. But as Terence McKenna put it, the cost of sanity in this society is a certain level of alienation. And as Marshall McLuhan put it, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is a hallucinating idiot. And it sucks. No matter how you slice it, it sucks. It sucks watching this massive juggernaut slowly devour your world and see everyone's attempts to stop it fail, and have most people in your life not understand it or even see what it is you point. So what can you do? Is there a way to beat the bastards? Is there a way to stop the machine in the tracks and turn this thing around? Well, no. Not right this moment anyway. And not by yourself. The machine's far too big, far too entrenched, and its control over information systems mean you're not going to get help from other people in the numbers that you will need them. It's just you and a few others against an entire globe-spanning power structure, but that doesn't mean you are powerless. And it doesn't mean there's nothing
Jesse
you
Jet
can
would
do.
agree.
It just means you're not going to be single-handedly knocking out the bad guy, saving the world in some grand, ego-pleasing way, like an action hero in some stupid Hollywood movie. Get down! Come on! What you can do, as an individual, is cultivate a habit of committing small acts of sedition, making little paper cuts in the flesh of the beast, which add up over time. You can't stop the machine by yourself, but you can sure as hell throw sand in its ears. Giving a receptive listener some information about what's going on in the world, creating dissonant media online, graffiti with a powerful message, amplifying an inconvenient voice, sharing a destructive idea, supporting an unauthorized cause, organizing toward forbidden ends, disrupting literature, creating literature, having authentic conversations about real things with anyone who can hear you. Every day, there's something you can do, and if you start pointing your creativity at cultivating this habit, you'll surprise yourself with the innovative ideas you come up with. Even a well-placed meme or tweet can open a bunch of eyes to a reality they previously been close to. Remember, they wouldn't be working so frantically to restrict online speech if it didn't pose a genuine threat to the empire. People tend to overestimate how much they can accomplish in a day, but sorely underestimate how much they can accomplish over a span of several years. Finding little ways to undermine the oppression machine every day gradually adds up to hundreds of acts of defiance in a year, which after a few years becomes thousands. Do this, and then relax. Don't expect yourself to save the world on your own. You're only human, and there's only one of you. You can only do what you can do, and humanity will either make the leap into health, or it won't. Just exert influence.
Fooey, yes I can. You can't tell me what I can't do. Come on, Kate.
Just exert influence over the things you can exert influence over. And outside that little sphere of influence, you've got to let go and let be. Don't put any unfair or unreasonable pressures on yourself. Perpetuate regular small acts of sedition and then surrender to whatever life brings. I personally see many reasons to hold out hope that we can bring that machine crashing down together one day. Any questions?
And to that I say, amen.
Where is
it almost sounded like a benediction or some kind of a prayer. Yeah, what passes for the left? Yeah, glorified online hobby group or controlled opposition.
I swear I put in this video and it just didn't save it, I guess. I just saw something with James Baldwin in it for a second. Yeah, that's what we're gonna end on. But first,
okay,
scroll through my downloads to find this video. It should be right here. See this?
Beep.
Come on.
Frozen.
All I did was drag.
Frozen.
Go.
Well.
So wanted to bring this. I think it fits in well. Again, Kwame Ture, incredible work as always. So figured he'd be useful here.
The culture of European imperialism is to suffocate Africa. Therefore, we must know properly our culture. If you would look at it, this question, Marx says that there's always something dominant and something negative. And nationalism itself, not only that, but the thing itself at some points can be negative and sometimes can be positive. Under one condition, you can be a cheater. Under another condition, the same cheater can be a good person. I mean, the beauty of this is understanding people like Malcolm X and seeing that you have nothing to worry about. I mean, Malcolm X was a drain in our community. Malcolm X was a criminal element in our community. He went to jail, and in jail, he went from being dominantly negative to being dominantly positive into such a position that he became a sterling revolutionary, giving examples to people all over the world. That's why I'm not worried about our brothers. We got 25% of our brothers in jail. That's good. That's at least 10% Malcolm X if all 25 don't make it. You know, so we're not worried about nothing. We got to put hands down. Our culture shows us that. Oh, we got so much drugs in the community. You know nothing. The Chinese whooped them with opium, crack and opium, and that was in the 1890s. Give me a break. Wake up. You're fighting a war. This is a war. You don't cry when you're fighting a war. When a man is dead, you don't cry. If a man gets shot by police, that's war. If a man died with drugs, that's war. When a man gets crippled in school, that's war. When somebody gets put out of bad housing, that's war. When you get crippled in the hospital because of bad medicine, that's war. Then you go in the religion, they got a white Jesus when he never saw Europe, that's war. We fight war in every level against the system. That's why we must be conscious and stop crying when the system touches us. If you don't want to wage war, get out the way. You understand? But they're at war. I'm trying to kill them. So if they kill me, I ain't got nothing to say. You understand? They're supposed to. Matter of fact, Secretary says, if the enemy is not doing anything against you, you are not doing anything. Matter of fact, anytime they start doing something against me, I worry. Every day they're supposed to be doing something against me because every day I'm trying to destroy them consciously. And it's through the culture that we will do it.
Any questions?
Man, I wish I had heard more of him before recently, is all I would say.
Well,
you know, and thank you, Collin, for that.
Yeah, dude, I never knew anything about that guy till Collin, so appreciate that.
Care Bear in chat, by the way, shout out, give him love.
Yeah. So again, another great voice here. Speaking to the same thing, so I'll let him finish us out.
There may not be, as much humanity in the world as one would like to see, but there is some. There's more than one would think. In any case, if you break faith with what you know, that's a betrayal of many, 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 many people. I may know 6 people, but that's enough. Love has never been a popular movement, and no one's ever wanted really to be free. The world is held together, really it is held together, by the love and the passion of very few people. Otherwise, of course, you can despair. Walk down the street of any city, any afternoon, and look around you. What you got to remember is what you're looking at is also you. Everyone you're looking at is also you. You could be that person. You could be that monster. You could be that cop. Mm-hmm. And you're to decide in yourself not to be.
I mean, feels like not much has changed since him. So
way ahead of his time, let me tell you. What a treasure. Again, educated an entire generation. Man. And continues to.
Well, if he was doing stuff today, he'd probably be demonetized on YouTube. So,
yep. Oh man, James Baldwin. Hell yeah.
So, if you feel the same, you could donate to us at co-fi.com/indienewsnetwork. Scan that QR code on your screen, or check it out in the links below. If you can't give monetarily,
for those,
go ahead.
I was going to say, for those who don't know how to scan, what you do is you open up the photo app on your phone, and it brings up this little website that you tap, and that'll go to Ko-fi, so you can do the thing. So,
yeah.
I know he just usually says just scan it with your phone. So, for those who don't know how to scan it with your phone, that's how to do that.
Yep.
Go ahead. For the boomers out there,
yeah,
I love you.
All right. Well, if you can't give monetarily because you're one of us poors, you can just like and subscribe, do all the engagement stuff, share the stream as much as possible. We're heavily suppressed. Leave some comments. Allegedly, YouTube says that helps, but we'll see. But otherwise, thanks for watching.